Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to GameReplays.org Heroes of Newerth cast. It has been a little bit, but the holidays are all nice and out of the way. And guess what? Tonight, on this January 5th, this glorious day, it will be EG versus SK, I believe, in the Gosu Gamers. So to celebrate that, we found a game here with EG, with Fogged ringing for them in a team matchmaking with an SD format. Joining me tonight is LukDeRiff. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing wonderful. It's been a while, that's true, and we haven't casted in a while, so I'm really looking forward to this.
Now, this is a team matchmaking game, so it's just two teams, fives, most likely fives, just went head-to-head, and we can't even see what they're going to be picking here in this SD format. This is actually my first game with the team matchmaking ever since it went live. So can you explain a little bit about this, Luke?
Yeah, it's just, I guess both teams, Evil Geniuses went in there with Fog, like they searched for a game, and then some, well, more or less unlucky people found them, and now they're playing an SD game because you can, because they probably didn't downvote a single draft because they know, like it's at this point it's for them just racking up some team matchmaking points, MMR points, so they can get to play like real high tier teams.
That actually probably makes sense. I was wondering why everyone's PSR is so low. I mean, like B-Kid here, he's 1788, Yoda 1741, even Chu is 1863. I was like, isn't he even close to the 2000s these days? But yikes.
He is 2100.
There you go. Yeah, so I was really curious, like, what happened here? Was there a stat reset I wasn't aware of? But no, totally got me there on the team matchmaking stat. I mean, in pre 2.0, it was pretty much useless. Looks like the teams are finished up here, though. Maybe with Gladiator there. Gladiator, yes. Okay, so they're all done. So would you like to go over the Legion team here, sir?
Yeah, we have Chipper, VoodooJester, Dampier, Gladiator, and the Puppet Master, which is a rather odd choice, considering that they have two melees. I'm not entirely sure how they're going to lane it. Probably build a trial lane around Puppet Master, give Dampier a solo, which is definitely worth it. Yeah, it's a pretty solid team. I mean, and you know, if Fog plays Dampier, I've heard a lot about his Dampier, a lot of good things, and so I'm really looking forward to do this.
All right, and what about Hellborn today?
Well, we have Soul Stealer, Devour, Demented Shaman, Glacius, and the Blacksmith. Pretty well-rounded looking team. Apart from the Blacksmith again. Yeah, it's just like okay. Demented Shaman is like okay. He's okay-ish in the trial lane. You can run him. There are worse things, but it seems that they're not gonna run a trial lane. Oh! It seems like Evil Geniuses also don't decide to run a trial lane, which is also fairly interesting. But we're probably like, yeah, come on, guys, we're just 2-2-1. We haven't 2-1-2. We haven't done that in a while, so it's pretty interesting. Like it's good to see. It's been such a long time that I've seen actually a 2-1-2.
Yeah, you kind of get very used to the tri lanes.
Yeah, you really do. But looking at the team, they've got some good early game power. I really see that they're lacking the carry potential, especially considering that Puppet Master. And if Evil Geniuses let it come to the late game, or they haven't let it come to the late game, Puppet Master is gonna just rip them apart together with that Gladiator. Because I personally don't think that the Soul Stealer has a hope in hell to compete with those two.
Could be. I mean, Soulsteer is a very heavy kind of farmer, very easy to get a lot of experience, very hard to keep him down, but it really does depend if he will scale into that late game. So we do got Blacksmith and Demented Shaman down here. They're going to put down a little bit of harass here on the Gladiator, but in comes VoodooJester. I did notice we have three of the most prominent support heroes in this game. We do have the VoodooJester here on Legion. We have Demented Shaman and Glacius there on the Hellborn. So it's actually not too surprising they split that up accordingly. I mean, with two support, you could try lane, I suppose. But, I mean, without knowing exactly what everyone's going to do, I mean, it was an SD. Nobody really knew the picks until the last second, so to speak. I mean, it's not too surprising, I don't think.
Yeah. Yeah, it's in SD you just generally try to pick up a good team. It's just like, alright, you know, they can't pick something to directly work against you, so you can often come out even with some really amazing picks. It often bites you in the arse. I've done games where we pick Tempest and then they come up with Vindicator and Hellbringer, and you're like, no! But
No ults for you.
yeah, no, also Tempest, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. I like Evil Genius's lineup more, just simply because they got the carry potential. I'm pretty interested in that top lane though, who they give the advantage to, and there you see Demented Shaman goes down already. They got a pretty strong combination down bottom, but who they give the farm to at top, you know, Puppet Master really requires some farm to stay relevant in the late game. His disables are good, but they're not godly, so he really needs some farm. And then Dampier also needs some farm, because I feel that his strongest time in the game is when he hits about like level 7 or 8 as Devour lands a nice hook and he grows an imp. But I think, oh, Puppet Master, run boy. As my mouse deconnects, what the fuck?
You okay, Luke?
Yeah, my mouse just went crazy.
Fair enough. We do have, Puppet Master did die, but so did Glacius, but then Dampier gets taken down as well. Puppet Master teleported back up here to the lane. He's going to try to get that Devoured, not going to quite happen. And down in the mid, Chipper taking out Bill Gates, or sorry, I mean taking out Soul Stealer. Wish he could take out Bill Gates. Maybe get a good Windows version out of them then. But right now, yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of talking going on there. But the first blood was down south. It did kind of look to me that Demented Shaman either wasn't really paying that much attention, or he got distracted, or he lagged out or something, because he just stood still, took such a pounding, and then ended up dying, as he might do right here. Nope, we're going to miss that pitfall. He might go down as well. HoNTMM has a very strong auto attack. He's making great use of it down here in this bottom lane with Gladiator. I mean, as soon as you get out that cask to a stun, I mean, it's almost going to be an instant pitfall if it's aimed correctly. What happens in the mid, though, it does look like Blacksmith, he did circle to the mid, got a good stun off, and that landed a Demon Hands there from Bill Gates. So a little bit of retribution. 3-3's the score now. Lane's going back and forth. We do probably have another kill up here on the Glacius, as he's going to be taken out by Dampier and Puppet Master. Oh, the last auto attack, not going to be enough. Not going to be enough. Like sliver of a health. And now we do have an Invisible Devourer coming up to the lane. That is one hero you do not want to have invisible. And on your tail, Puppet Master, he's going to be going down. Who else just died there? It was Demented Shaman down south. So, I mean, almost going cheek for cheek at this point. So much action going on.
Yeah, the Hellborn are doing it pretty well. Like, you would expect Evil Genius to just come out ahead and take their entire lane, especially with Dampier. And, you know, with Dampier and Puppet Master, you have so many disables, quite a lot of burst damage. And, yeah, you would expect them to do quite well. But here, the Hellborn are holding themselves up quite well. Also, in terms of creep kills, I think, and farm in general and stats, they're still in this game, quite surprisingly. Like, I generally tend, when you see like a well-known team like Evil Geniuses to scrim against a lesser skilled team, they pull ahead from the very first minute, and you can see it in like stats, and you see by the like 10-minute mark they have like 1,000 gold advantage without having an advantage in kills or something. Just simply because they're more skilled in terms of getting kills, as Puppet Master rotates mid in order to get something going here. And these disables are really good, but without Chipper support he won't be able to do something. Chipper lands Sitar, there comes a rocket, not quite level 6 yet, so he can't use his ultimate. And now bottom, oh, there's Blacksmith.
Yes.
Now finally pays with his life.
Blacksmith went down, yes. As a note here, Luke, I am just hitting the 5-minute mark right now, so 5:02,
Yeah.
5:03.
Like,
yeah, the normal problem with replays, no worries. But yeah, 5 for 4 right now, the unsuccessful gank in the mid there by the Puppet Master. Now, as I said, it's been a while since I've seen these games. Dampier, he's more of a carry-oriented role, is he not?
it's just really debatable. I think he, you know, when you look at his skills, they're really designed to deal a lot of burst damage, especially with his ultimate, and especially if he gets his essences up, he can deal a hefty chunk of burst damage. And because of his flight, he's got a very easy like skill to initiate onto targets, even though the range on it's pretty small.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm not sure anything's going to actually help him up top, because they're going to get a triple gank going on here. Down goes that Puppet Master, and Dampier trying his best to get the Glacius. Glacius just refusing to go down, and that's going to be now taking the lead here for this Hellborn team. Team Bill Gates. I don't know. Team Hellborn.
Yeah.
You can't call them.
Like, yeah.
They're not a clan, so what do we call them? Just Hellborn.
Yeah, we call
them
Bill Gates. That's a good team name.
Team Bill Gates. Oh, a little bit of overextension here in the mid. Soulsteer really wanted that chipper down, but that's going to turn right back in his face. Puppet Master going to be, no, Legion going to be grabbing that kill. I guess too much tower damage going down to really award anyone the kill, but he goes down, and that's going to give a nice advantage there to mid, or both heroes mid, or maybe Chipper's just going to go home. He's pretty hurt. He's just looking around for a rune to refill that bottle at this point.
Yeah, this is a pretty action-packed game. Like 12 kills in the first 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes. Wow, it's like a lot of shit going on. It's just pretty random, to be honest. You don't see any coordinated movement. You see some coordination and communication problems, especially that gank from Puppet Master in mid. Like Chipper was way too late on the follow-up, and yeah, it's just, it doesn't seem that they're not taking this too seriously, but I think that could actually backfire on them, because I'm quite impressed at HoN at keeping this up quite well. Even though they're the same on kills, they're doing their fair share, and I think that if they can really pull ahead, they definitely have a chance to win the game. But as I said, like if it comes to late game, it's going to be really difficult for the HoN to win this, because they really have no carry apart from Soulsteer, and that's just not good.
You don't consider Devourer a carry anymore?
I don't. I never have, and I never will.
Okay. I don't know. He can really turn tides right now. We do have Glacius. He does have himself haste. No, he doesn't have haste. I thought he had haste. Weird. But he is going to go down here to Glacius is going to go down to Chipper here, as I guess there's a ward. It does look like there was a ward mid. Alerted them to the fact, and he was just able to follow that up, no problem. But I mean, it is Chu. What more could you expect? I mean, it is Chu. If he wants to kill you, literally, he's going to kill you. Right now, this could be a bad idea for Devourer. He's going to get Puppet handed there and not going to be able to get off the Om-Nom onto Chipper. And a little bit of follow-up here from the Soulsteer. I don't think that's going to work out in his favor either. Triple gank. In comes the support. Look at Glacius and Demented Shaman and Blacksmith. That's going to turn him right back on its head. Yoda going down. Demented Shaman, he's definitely done. Bill Gates is going to get out of that using his bottle. And now Glacius just running away from Chu illusions.
Yeah, true illusions. These are true baller illusions. They scared away Soulsteer, they scared away Glacius, and we see the first pulse coming up as the HoN seem to try to grasp what actually is going on.
I don't know. Pause hasn't gone through. They voted, it hasn't gone through. Vote failed.
It's probably Bill Gates saying, "I need to make more money." It's quite a good name to play Soulsteer, right? Like Bill Gates and Soulsteer. Like Soulsteer makes a lot of money, and Bill Gates makes a lot of money. So it's quite appropriate, in my opinion.
Fair enough. I guess nobody told Gladiator down south that people were missing, because he goes down really easily to these three down south. 8-8 now the score. Another kill going down on that Glacius between Chipper and Puppet Master. I mean, Chipper ultimate just really tears through the man up ice. Getting caught out in the forest is HoN. He's not really going to stand too much of a chance against this Devourer, and there he goes with a Devourer devoured his opponents. Not too surprising at this point. He does have himself a Blood Chalice, but only rank 1 boots. Now, what's the best kind of idea to go on a Devourer with boots here? Is it just Steam Boots, Ghost Treads, or Post Haste?
Striders, my friend. It is so easy positioning. You always forget about them, right?
Yeah.
Like, but they're the best choice in my opinion, at the very least, most of the time. Because they're so good. Ghost Marches are quite viable. I don't think Steam Boots give you enough. And with Ghost Marches, you can walk people to death very efficiently, which you can't do with Striders anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say, wasn't there a change to Striders where you can't gain the bonuses if you're within certain range of a hero?
Yeah, 600 if you're visible in range, because if you're, for instance, like this Empire, if he had Striders, it wouldn't wear off because he is invisible. I don't know if that's a bug or something, but that's the case. But this game is really chaotic, I have to say. It's like the most chaotic game I've seen ever since we did the free Restoration game. Restoration Stone game.
That was a fun game. Speaking of chaotic, we did have roll the dice. That Blacksmith down south. He got off a multicast on the Gladiator, did not save his life, but in came the support. A great Demon Hand combo taking out the Gladiator in... Or no, sorry, not the Gladiator. He took out Puppet Master. No, who else did they take out? They took out... Was it Puppet Master? Yeah, they took out Puppet Master. In comes a Chariot, however, from the Gladiator Chew throwing down his ultimate. They're going to be taking out Demented Shaman and Glacius because they're both dead. Even the Gladiator, the entire EG team coming down south to exact their vengeance here upon Team Hellborn. Bill Gates is kind of lurking in the back there, but we do have an offensive ward here set by Fuji Apples, and they know exactly where he's going. This could probably be a nice pincer maneuver if they catch him fast enough. It does not look like they're very interested in it though.
Yeah, and I think you could see probably like what the Empire can do when he gets the essences up. It's pretty sick because not only deals he a ton of damage, but also when he kills someone, he's like back at full health. When you're like, you know, when he ganks against two people, he can just, you know, turn at the other person because his first two spells have really short cooldown. And it's just so annoying if you play against a good Empire. If you play against a bad one, then it's okay because, yeah, I think it's not a hero that takes a tremendous amount of skill, but you need to watch your positioning and you need to watch. If you fail, you are quite squishy due to the fact that he is a agility hero. His strength gain is not tremendous, and thus he dies very quickly if he's comboed upon or counter ganked.
Oh man, that was an amazing Devourer hook, like max range hook, picking up the Puppet Master. He's going to try to get his best out of that, but it's not going to work. He goes down. I didn't even see Blacksmith or the Glacius die. Blacksmith's just going down now. Glacius a little earlier. I guess it really is just what happens when you focus those squishy kind of heroes. We do have Chipper here in the river. He's just going to be tossing out rockets left and right. He's just trying to keep them at bay, saying, SOS, come save me a little bit. But yeah, it looks like it's calmed down again. I can hear myself now through your speakers again.
Okay. That's weird. Yeah, but anyways, it seems like that Chew is just, you know, moving from lane to lane. It's like, guys, I got this. Doesn't matter. Like, I'll just go around killing people. And he does. You could really see how he waited till level 6 to start moving around. And he's done it quite successfully. I mean, he's 4-1 and 5, so all props to him. Puppet Master not doing too well. 5 and 4.
Yeah,
but yeah,
Puppet Master's been getting hit pretty hard. Him and Glacius. Glacius has died quite a bit. But talking about Glacius, he's going to be trying to help out his blacksmith buddy down here. Not going to work. He goes down. The saw blades from the ground. Chipper is just dominating right now. It does look like Devour goes down to the Dampier combination. And now the Pitfall, that's not going to hit anyone. We already had a failed Chariot come out. That's not even ready. Soulstealer, desperate move to get off his souls, but it looks like he's going to be cleaning up another Puppet Master kill. And geez, more people dying. Soulstealer is alive with a bitch slap going down. That just sounds fun to say.
Yeah, it definitely does. And you know, I don't know. Oh, that was. However, there were two things that I really missed. That was probably one of the worst Soulstealer ultimates I've ever seen in my entire life. But
just out in the middle of the forest.
Yeah, and also the Empire, like at the side, the Devour was like, "I'm gonna eat you alive," and the Empire was like at quarter of his health, and he was just like, "Nope, not gonna happen." Ulted him and was back at full health. It's just, oh well. That's how it goes down, and yeah, you can see now slowly that EG are pulling ahead. They're getting ahead in the gold and the counter. In these team fights, their coordination, communication, and general positioning, and you know, they know where to be, they know what to do, and thus, you know, they will get a clear advantage. And that's just what you see. It is often like when you compare top teams to good teams, like Evil Geniuses now to 1,800 plus team. It's really just that these people, they generally have a really good idea where to be and what to do. It's just not something that you can describe. That it's just a lot of experience and a good sense for the game that you need to reach that, you know, level from being good to being amazing.
Well, I'm going to counter that with... oh, sorry, I'm not going to counter that. I'm going to complement that with just 2 kills up here. Dampier taking out the Glacius and then even surviving a double damage Soulstealer with the help of Chipper. They go down. Looks like they're going to combo upon the Demented Shaman crit whip to the face. And he's going to go down 142 damage. Look at the teleports coming in. Devour going to be taking down that Dampier. And now he's even going to om-nom a little bit here on Chipper. Chipper gets the focus buffer off. and it's just not going to save him from that Glacius at all. So a little bit of retribution coming in is the Chariot. Not going to hit anyone again. I'm still yet to see this Chariot hit anyone at all. The hook coming out, not going to be getting that Voodoo Jester. So his ult is still going around. He's going to grab a kill there on Glacius. It looks like Legion stole that one. Devour is on the run. Blacksmith is on the run. By that, I mean Devour is dead. Or maybe not. No, I think he's dead. Bam, there he goes. Denied himself. Well, at least he's still dead. We do have a teleport coming in from the Soul Steer. He is now up here top, and it looks like Fuji Apple's finished off the Blacksmith. Not too sure how that happened, but wow, coordination out of everything there, and just EG putting their lead up yet again to now the 6,000 range in experience. They were just 4,000 before that, and 500 last time we saw it. It's just steadily climbing at this point.
Yeah, now it seems that they're running the complete support Puppet Master. Look at his items, there is nothing much to see, and especially the Striders will indicate that he will go full on support, which is completely fine considering the lineup. But it was pretty funny, Blacksmith was running away, but he was chased by creeps, and Fuji Apples just came around the corner and was like, hello, one auto attack, dead.
Really? That's how it went?
Yeah. It's just... Oh, look at you, finally dies.
Oh, you're still way behind. I'm 17, 21, 22, 23. But yeah, Chu went down to the 4 heroes in the mid. They just cleaned up a tower kill, the first tower kill of the game, I believe. Yes, first tower kill of the game. It is going to be going down for EG there mid. So a little bit of gold recouped there for the Hellborn team. A little bit of experience as well, 200 or so because they killed Chu. But a little bit of gold. I mean, having towers is definitely a great advantage to have, especially if you're trailing behind in the kills. And they are trailing now, 24-16. That's an 8-kill differential right now. And I mean, look at the levels a little bit. 10, 11, 12 versus only versus 11. The only double digits here on Hellborn, and that's Bill Gates. So yeah, they're definitely pulling ahead a little bit. What's going on down south? It is Gladiator taking the hurt. Pitfall's not going to save him. That's a very nice and big juicy Devourer. He has himself some magic resistance now, so he's doing himself no favors trying to kill himself there, but they were able to take down Gladiator. We do got Puppet Master on the run, but as you said, Striders are very, very fun item for him. He just gets right on out of there. Now, what's this going to be? Another big Hellborn push down south here? Because we got all 5 heroes.
Yeah, they're probably going to try to push this because they know, like, that they're running on bot time, and especially since they're behind in kills, they need to make something happen.
Well, I don't think there's a try here because they just took out Damp here, and it does look like Puppet Master's in a lot of trouble there as well. No Devour hook for the Puppet Master, but a Demon Hands in the forest is going to be enough to pick him up. Blacksmith is probably going to try to stun the Voodoo Jester here, but we do have Chu coming back. He is alive, but he's all alone. He takes down Voodoo Jester. No, takes down Voodoo Jester. In comes the Chariot! Finally hit something. It's going to be that Glacius and it's going to be that Devourer. They just so far overextended past this tower, but the tower does go down to creep pressure. It does look like Blacksmith is going to be trying to get out of here, but the Tartos actually hits, and now that's going to be such an easy kill to pick up right there. Even using his Homecoming Stone, not too sure why. The only survivor there was Soul Steer, and he's going to come back up here to mid to defend the lost tower there. So tower for tower, but 4 kills for 2, I think. Not exactly the best the best trade-off in terms of Hellborn there.
No, definitely not. Like, that's like, you want to push towers, okay, fine, fair enough, but especially since they didn't need to do that. Like, they chased all the way to the second tier tower, nearly, and for no apparent reason. And that was just like, I was like, oh no, this is not gonna end. Chu's gonna come and kill them all, and that's basically what happened.
Fair enough. All right, so we're 20 minutes in now here, Luke. What kind of big items do we got coming out for anyone here?
I suppose Chu's working on stuff for the Master, as it looks. Fogged is having his great Arcana, so he's going to standard build, or not standard, but he's going to go straight for spell shards. It's a debatable item. I hate the hype around spell shards. I'm really not a big fan of them thus far. If I see people getting them on pebbles or something, I just sigh, but fair enough.
People do what they want, dude.
Yeah, it really depends. I think that we need some more time to evaluate it, like how how good the spell shots really are. I think they're really expensive, and on single target heroes they're just not as good.
Oh, I'm just going to interrupt you here. We did have Chipper going very brave against the Blacksmith throughout everything, but Blacksmith survives 60 hit points, a great hook from Devour, taking down Chu, and then the follow-up on... who else died here? Chu and Voodoo Jester. Sorry, Demented Shaman, Fuji Apples. So 2 for 0. What a gamble and loss there. Oh, that was epic. Oh, okay, going up top here is Gladiator and Dampier are going to be taking down the Man of Ice. The tower is destroyed, and we do have a shrunken head here on Soul Stealer. It's going to keep him alive a little bit. I'm not too sure it's going to be enough to keep him alive now, though, especially with that fear coming out from Dampier. He goes down. The support is here. We do have the Blacksmith. We do have Demented Shaman here. They're going to try to take out Dampier, but Dampier heals so much from that. He's going to pick himself up a double kill. No, Yoda took the kill there, but no, I don't know. He decided not to chase the Demented Shaman. Demented Shaman living at 160 hit points. My God. But that is now all Tier 1 towers down for EG. So you can tell a little bit of the gold experience. The gold has definitely been recouped a little bit. Only 3,400 difference. 7,000 experience, although that's probably going to go up here with the death of Devourer. I cannot believe how much Dampier's lifesteal is here. No, Dampier goes down anyways. 1 for 1. He really did not need to sacrifice himself for that. Glacius getting brave. He's going to try to take out Gladiator with his ultimate. Not going to be working. Now he has to run for his life. I don't quite think he's going to be able to escape all the disables. Nah, he goes down. So close to picking up that Gladiator, but wow. Just now Team EG here, all 4 of the living ones in formation, running back to town. 33-23 now difference. We're only 22 minutes into this game. There's 56 kills on the board, Luke. What is with that?
Yeah, I don't know. It seems that EG are like, okay, we got this, guys. It doesn't matter what we do. We'll probably win anyways because we're better. Which is rather arrogant, but probably.
Well, if you put it that way, yeah, it's a little arrogant.
It's a little bit arrogant, but it's probably appropriate at this point. So you could see that, for instance, like, what the hell was Puppet Master thinking, getting at this Devour with Dampier support, who basically only deals like magic damage at this point without his ultimate? It just wasn't gonna work. But it seems that they're not caring too much. Gladiator is doing good on the farm. He's got his Hammer of the Black Legion. He's got his Assassin's Shroud, so he's definitely got their back if it ever comes to late game. And Soul Stealer, he's got a shrunken head, which is a pretty wise decision, not going for the Blink Dagger first, or Portal Key as we call him, HoN. Simply because they don't have the stuns, any initiation kind of based on stuns that give him the time to fire off a successful ultimate, and with the fear, with the acid cocktail, and so many things that can break his ultimate on the Legion side. Yeah, there's so much that it doesn't matter. It's a really good choice, but I don't think that 5 seconds of basically invulnerability at this point is going to be enough, because they don't have any real hardcore, like, they really lack the damage. I feel they lack disables and they lack damage to do a lot in team fights in terms of AoE. I mean, Devour is good for some AoE damage. I mean, Soul Stealer is great, but they don't have like a huge major AoE disable or something to set them up really well.
Yeah, I do get the impression they've been very offensive right now. The team Hellborn, they've been pushing a lot. They got 3 towers down now. Not going to say it's a record-breaking time at all, but 3 towers are down. They've definitely been putting up a lot of pressure. I don't think they want this to go to late game, simply because they don't have that scaling type of hero that they really need. Like Gladiator only gets stronger as time goes on, as he starts feeding that crit whip until we start seeing quad numbers coming out of him. Dampier, I can only assume, gets better over time as well. More strength, more lifesteal, and all that. Chipper is Chipper, and as you said, Puppet Master is really one of those late game hard carries. So EG really does have a very set up lineup if they can drag out this game long enough.
Yeah, they have, and especially like coming back to the spell charge nowadays, like a really huge AoE nukers like Chipper or Thunderbringer, for instance, scale way better into the late game right now if they get farmed, because the spell charge deals such an incredible amount of damage. So if Chipper, for instance, gets his ultimate orb, or his
His
Ah, God, it's Staff of the Master. It's Staff of the Master.
Did you really say Ultimate Orb?
I don't know. At least I didn't call it Ultimate Stick.
That would be funny.
Or Agaceptor.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah. Now you completely crashed my train of thought. You're really bad, Jester.
All right, you try to get your train of thought back. I'm gonna watch this. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna watch VoodooJester take a whole bunch to the face because he has himself a tablet of command. He got out of that no problem. But look at this, Soulsteer ult going out, hitting practically nobody. Whereas we do have the chipper chipper blades. We do have the ultimate now coming out from VoodooJester. He's gonna try to chase down Soulsteer. Not gonna be happening. But now we do have Dampier being very heavily focused. Devour's going to get pitfalled, but we do not have a chariot ready. We do have some demon hands coming out. He just surviving so long, but no, Dampier does go down. Glacius going to be trying to finish up his VoodooJester. Fuji Apple's not going to quite do it. Tablet of Command coming in very useful there, interrupting that ultimate. Now the final tally was a 2-for-3 exchange. Again in favor of EG. They're probably going to take this turret just to put the icing on the cake. But I don't know. We haven't really seen that really, really groundbreaking Soulsteer ultimate yet, have we?
Sorry.
You're a little behind, are you?
No. I was just going to say that was very kind said by you. Not bashing Soulsteer because he really needs to be careful, and his team really relies on him. But the ultimate really was not clutch or on point. It was like in the middle of nowhere. To basically but yeah, I kind of can understand. He doesn't want to go too offensive. He doesn't want to be the tank. He wants to be the damage dealer and let his teammates slowly die while he tries to DPS down the enemies. But at this point, it's just not enough. I feel like personally that they could really do well with a nuker, like if they had, like for instance, Demented Shaman or something, or if they had a good level Blacksmith that not Demented Shaman but Thunderbringer, that would do them really well. And something more AoE have a disable. Some AoE disables really lacking on their team there.
Well, they got what? Blacksmith. They got Blacksmith. Glacius I can do some disabling, and well, of course, I mean you got the ultimate there from Devour. The hook is also technically will stop you from channeling, I believe, right? The Devour hook.
Yeah, but they're lacking. Like I mean,
there's no AoE.
Yeah, it's no AoE. It's not what suits in team fights, and they know that they need to do team fights because, you know, they pick this team, and this team is very, very likely to be out carried in late game. It's extremely likely, so they couldn't even say like, okay, we can go out without team fights, we can go without pushes. They knew that they need to push because their team can, lacks really the late game power. And they just don't have the team to fight those team fights that they really need to fight if they go at towers. Because if you go at towers, you will ultimately force some team fights. And yeah, that's it. I think it's really the team setup that cost them a lot. Not only like that, Evil Geniuses are really, really good players, and undoubtedly they're probably in terms of individual skill a lot better, but also that their lineup is not the best. And
Luke, I'm just going to interrupt you here. We do have a big fight going on, but we did have Soulsteer use his ultimate in a good spot that time. Unfortunately, it just did not inflict enough damage, and now we do have a trade-off. Can't touch this. I guess that's a humiliation from the Flamboyant pack. Crit Whip coming out, taking out that VoodooJester, and everyone's ult has now been expended. It just does not look like Hellborn has enough gusto here to finish off these low hit point heroes as they're just on the retreat. The Soulsteer, I mean, fine, he has the Shrunken Head, he has himself a portal key. It's not going to be enough to do this. Hat trick coming out for B-Kid. 10 kills on B-Kid. I didn't notice that. 10 and 2 is his score. He's now level 19. He gained 2 levels from that fight as they took out 4 heroes and made Blacksmith run with the tail between his legs all the way back to town. All we lost on our side was Dampier. All we lost on Legion was Dampier, and just look at the experience and gold difference right now. I mean, it's now reached 5 digits. it's pretty impressive at this point.
Yeah, it just happened what I suggested would happen. Like, I talked a lot about the Hellborn team now in terms of team fights and team fight capabilities and AoE disables and whatever and whatnot. So just look at the Legion. They got Chipper, which deals a lot of AoE damage. Then you got Gladiator, which is an absolutely AoE powerhouse, especially with the Rift Shards that he's picked up now. They've got Dampier, who deals a lot of AoE damage and single target damage, and they got a lot of disables coming from everybody, especially with if Chipper picks up the staff and the master as he got it. Yeah, that's also you can consider as a really strong disable.
Yeah, slow.
So
right? Yeah, the movement. Slow.
Yeah.
90% movement speed slow. Jeez.
It is really powerful. That's why it's such a good item on him. But yeah, and you can see that their team is just it's just much more orientated in terms of team fights. They got more AoE disables. They got more AoE damage. They got even good HoN ultimate, which deals a ton of the AoE damage. And yeah, just I think that the Legion side lineup just makes a lot more sense.
We do have a spell shards here on Dampier. I'm just taking a quick look at it. Causes any magic damage you deal to ignore 6 magic armor. That's pretty hefty. That negates your mystic vestments right there. Wow.
Yeah, it's about 25% extra damage. But yeah, it is good on the Pier, I guess, because he deals quite a lot of AoE damage as well. And he's not only a burst damage dealer, but also his spells are on such a low cooldown that he can use them multiple times throughout a team fight.
Can you stack spell shards?
Nope.
Oh, thank God.
Oh no, that would lead to pub madness. Oh,
yeah.
No. God,
that
no.
Really would. Doesn't say it's not stackable.
It reduces the magic armor by a set amount for every attack that you inflict on it, and it does it on the attack, and it doesn't go below 0. So if you, for instance, have a Hawkins Blade and you negate 5.5 magic armor, and the enemy is, for instance, sitting on 0.5 magic armor, it will only reduce 0.5 magic armor. So it's not that really badly overpowered, but it's a really strong item on AoE. AoE nukers like Thunder Ringer, Chipper, maybe even Torturer, or Dampier.
Oh, talking about all those kind of heroes, we do have HoN. Great hook by the... Wow, 2 tablet commands? I don't know how that happened. But anyways, great hook there by Devourer. He's going to be catching Voodoo there way off guard. He goes down, no problem. But we do have Chu just completely destroying teams right now. His ultimate is so very damaging and slow. Look at this Devourer. He has no chance really right now. He's going to get chased down here by Gladiator. Or maybe not right now. There's a lot of damage going on. Now he's going to use his shard. He's going to get the kill. But wow, he took a lot of damage to do that. It does look like a 3-for-1 exchange. We did have the portal key come out there on Soulstealer, keeping him alive very nicely. But wow, just so much damage coming out of this Chipper. Chu playing him very magnificently. And again, did you see the Soulstealer ultimate? I'm not too sure it hit anyone again. Which, I think it's more of a panic button at this point.
Yeah, he just the problem I feel as Soulstealer is he knows that if he goes toe to toe, for instance, with Gladiator, he tries to his ultimate. And then, after his shrunken head wears off, he gets comboed down immediately. So he tries to find a safe spot and hit a gold ultimate at the same time. Unfortunately, you're a Soulstealer, and that just doesn't work. So you either have to be a complete baller and go in and just fire off your ultimate and hope that it's enough, or you just stay behind and try to do as much damage as possible.
Did I just see Dampier take out Glacius in 2 shots?
Oh, very likely. Very likely.
Oh, man. These spell shards, I'll tell you. Wow.
It's not just the spell shards.
I know, but they really help. I mean, they negate all his magic resist. All of it.
Yeah,
That's just ridiculous.
It is very powerful. I agree. It is, but Dampier is really sick in general. Like his ultimate does 6.
Sorry, they got comboed down like that. That HoN. Yeah, that HoN really just got demented, like screwed up right there. And I just could not believe the damage coming out of Fog right now. He is on a double tap on top of another double tap, I believe. No, that's only 3. He has all 3 kills right now. Not going to be picking up that Soulstealer. That's going to go to Chu instead. But at this point, it almost looks like child's play taking down this Hellborn team. Glacius not even going to be picking up Chu. Chu going to be using his focus buffer just to survive a little bit. And again, coming in. Oh no, Fog's going to get stunned this time. And oh, he goes down. Legendary. Legendary streak completely taken out. Now Soulsteer very confident, going to be trying to take out this Gladiator, but no sight. And now, right now, come on, blind hand. Nope, going to be going invis with the Gladiator. Not going to be chasing that. But yikes. So much damage coming out of Team EG right now. Look at the experience gap at this point, Luke. 21,000. That's it. That's obscene.
That's stupid. I agree. But yeah, as you said, like the Ampere, you could see him, like he hopped into the fight, he hopped out, and you know, whenever he hopped in, he dropped kind of bit, and then boom, he was back to 3/4 of his life. So
ridiculous.
He's really powerful if played correctly. I definitely agree. Like people say, like, oh, he's really bad, and it's the same with Myrmidon, and I just like
same by everyone,
just sit,
really.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, Myrmidon is like probably the most versatile hero in the entire game, and you know, the Ampere is extremely powerful as well if you get some experience and he picks up some kills. And you could see his nuking power is insane because his first 2 spells are in such low cooldown, and also his ultimate is only got a 27 second cooldown, so 27-second cooldown. So he probably can, you know, use it probably twice. First in the beginning of a fight, and you know, another time when they're chasing the ones that are running away. So it's just so much damage coming out of him, and all the healing, especially his vampiric flight, also gives him heal for all the, you know, gives him some health back. It's so hard to kill him at a certain point, and and because of the lack of disables, but Ampere doesn't even bother to buy a Shrunken Head, which he normally absolutely requires, so he can move around in fights. But in this game is like, ah, screw that. I go for damage straight, and it pays off.
Yeah, they definitely have nothing to fear with this game so far. I mean, 23,000 experience lead. They're up by 18 kills right now. They're feeling pretty confident. That is for sure. I'm just really enjoying watching Fogged here on this damn pier. I mean, if you play any hero correctly, I mean, they're really going to do a lot of damage in the game. It's those people that don't play them correctly that really gives them a bad name. And it's not all about a solo effort. It's all about the team effort. I mean, these two teams right now, very close-knit teams and very supportive. I mean, they're always there for each other. And that's how you get ahead in these games. So it's not just Ampere doing all this damage, it's his team setting him up to do all this damage. It's quite excruciating damage. As he goes in right now, it'll be like, look at that, Fearless Charge right into the Soulsteer, gets multicasted, now he's actually probably going to die. No, he's going to, oh wow, he's still alive, he goes in, kills that Blacksmith, okay, B-Kid kills the Blacksmith, but, I mean, you could almost call that a bait maneuver right there. He just goes in, they all focused him, and look at the cleanup crew right now. Just takes out 4 heroes, no problem. Blacksmith, again, forced to just run away, and Dampier didn't even die. So I would really call that a bait maneuver right there.
Yeah, it was. Like, he jumped in, and you could see they were all standing around him trying to DPS him down. It just didn't happen. And, you know, at a certain point, it gets excruciatingly hard. It gets stupidly hard to kill him because of his lifesteal aura and all the life that he just gets back. And oh, it is really hard. The way to beat the Ampere is really if you can get him in the early game. If you game his early game, he doesn't excel. If you can keep his his essence count down, because without the essence, he's not quite as dangerous. Like literally not at all. But yeah, it was really fun to watch. And then people say that Fogg's probably best Ampere player because he's popularized in him, and after watching this, we can definitely agree on that.
I think the entire enemy team can agree to that right now, as they've GG'd, they've gotten out. The last little bit of trash talking coming out of Gucci God here, but yeah. 53-30 is the final score, and you say you got to shut him down early, but he still had 9 deaths. Fogg did die like 9 times, most on his team, tied for most on his team with Puppet Master.
Well, this team was really chaotic in the beginning of this game, yeah, so
just the overall performance was extra. Like they had the gold lead all game, they had the experience lead all game. It was just enough to overcome all those deaths, and that's going to be the end of it. So Yeah, Hellborn picking a team not really too well scaling, whereas EG here had quite the scaling team and just really shows in the difference here. So this
Oh,
throne
Gladiator even had a Doombringer. That says a lot. So
did he
that's where
really?
all the
Oh
damage.
dear, he
Yeah,
did.
that's where all the damage all was coming from. I was like, oh, he was creating for a lot. Where did that come from, man? There you go.
500 damage, yikes. Alright, so the throne is down. We got the seedlings popping up. That's going to be GG here for EG versus Hellborn, you know, whatever, whoever they want to go by. But
Team
that will
Bill
be
Gates.
that. So, Luke, thanks again, you know, bringing me back into the casting scene. It's been a while, and I look forward to doing more of these here.
Yeah, let's wrap this up, Jester.
Well, I just did.
Oh God.
You get last word.
No.
Okay, then. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
It was quite a chaotic game. It was. I was like, whoa, whoa, oh, whoa. And then in the end, Dampier was just too strong.